Hi, it's Joey Reynolds Rap. I'm in the handicapped parking zone only because I don't want to have an accident while I do this. I'm a mental paraplegic. That's how I got the privilege. You know, the Uber, the company that's fighting City Hall, cab drivers don't like them because they have to pay for licenses and buy all of the frills and taxes, and they're not trained properly according to regular cab drivers at Uber. And Uber is like the Frank Sinatra song, Uber Doober Doo, you know. What happens is they come along with an online ordering service. You get online and in 10 or 15 minutes the car's out front waiting for you. You can't beat that, except in a blizzard. And I was thinking now they ought to send the Uber to Cuba. Uber, Cuba. Isn't that what President Kennedy used to have, that accent? I don't know if you're old enough to remember that or you've seen any of the films about him, but he used to refer to it as Cuba. Uber. We're fighting Uber. Cuba. As opposed to the women who are older, who like young men. I like older women. See, that's the problem that I have. And I have a friend of mine who was 94 years old, and he liked older women. He really had a problem. He died liking older women. And seeing some of them, I'm sure, in the next life, where I'm bored again. Bored again. Now, that's it. Well, my birthday's over. Now I can start all over again and aggravate everybody with what I do for a living. And I realize that I'm out of work. But you're never out of work when you are reporting the news. And this is my job. You know, I'm the guy that destroys everything that's sacred. And I'm doing it the hard way on a media social network magazine. The South Florida Reporter was brave enough to carry my Reynolds raps. And we'll see how long this lasts. You know, check in on it every day. And if it doesn't last, then you'll know that something went wrong. Because, you know, when you offend somebody, you never know how you're going to offend anybody. I mean, look at what's happening in our country with everything, you know, from racial issues to women issues, and my issue, which is senior issues. You know, I want to be respected. I want everybody to come along and give me my Social Security, my reverse mortgage money. I want my money back for all the payola that I played the records when I was a disc jockey. Chubby Checker still owes me payola. These are some names you probably don't know because we're in a generation that is so separated from what we are currently enjoying, you know, like Taylor Swift and, you know, the rest. We have a different kind of a culture, yes, that's true. In every generation, there's a whole new batch of people. The recruits come in, and they're going to change the game, and then we go ahead to the next thing, which is called retirement. And I tell somebody, I'm not retired. I'm not even tired. If I'm going to retire, I'm going to do it over at BF Goodrich. That's where I'll retire. But don't push me out the door so fast. I'm the kind of guy that young people like because I'm crazy as a mother, you know. And I don't really have any problems with saying anything to older people or younger people. I just think that the older people ought to really have a little bit more respect for the younger people, and the younger people ought to really pay for this. Give me your money, and I'll go away. No, it's fun, and I thank you for watching the Reynolds Raps. I'm going to have to wrap this up now because I've gone, you know, in the last life I was Chinese. I was known as On Too Long. Is that a Chinese name?